Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tanner, and this is my Esoterica. Today we're going to be doing a timeless love reading for the Taurus collective, or whichever Taurus collective I'm tapped into. So we're going to be looking at your energy, Taurus. We're going to be getting some advice for you. I'm going to be channeling some messages. We'll look at your person's energy, all that good stuff. Before we start, I did want to share with you some downloads that I got for you because I didn't end up doing it for Aries because honestly, I got these downloads a couple weeks ago before I fell off for the holidays of, being responsible and doing my things and all that. But Aries reading ended up reflecting the images I was seeing, so I wanted to share mine with you too. But yours are pretty simple. All I saw for you guys was the image of a bull, which is, as you know, is your mascot, more or less. And you guys were just really kind of sitting in a beautiful orchard or a field of grass, and you guys were just kind of chomping at the grass, like really peacefully, really just like serene. And it felt like, to me, the message I got from that was you guys are just kind of in this era of self-nourishment and of taking care of yourself. And that's beautiful energy, especially if you're involved in some sort of intense love, karmic, twin flame situation, which I tend to channel anyway. So yeah, era of self-nourishment for you. Take that however it resonates. But we're going to go ahead and get into your reading, and we're going to start with the Archetypes deck by Kim Krans. I love her work. I have almost every deck that she's made. But we're just going to use this deck to get sort of like an overarching energy of what's happening. So I've already shuffled this deck, and every deck will use 5, 6, 7 times, 50, 11 times. I stop when Spirit tells me to, when I feel intuitively to stop. So we're going to see what the vibes are with this deck. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom. I haven't looked at it yet either, so let's see. Ooh, the desert in reverse though. So what was I just saying about nourishment? I feel like the desert upright is all about feeling like you're in a situation where there's no, like, here, let's look. It's like this moon is blacked out. I feel like for some of you, you may have felt intuitively blocked for a while. But this is like a sand rising, or a hand, not sand. Hand rising from the sand is what I meant to say. And there's like no nourishment or anything around. So it's like feeling like you don't have what you need around you. But of course, that's in the upright. You guys, this came out for you guys in reverse. So what's the opposite of a desert? An oasis, right? So I definitely get this strong feeling that you guys are just in an era of taking care of yourself. So let us see what else is under here. The kiss. Ooh. So this can mean a couple things, but what I really get from this, since we were just talking about intuition and how maybe you had been feeling blocked before, and maybe you are kind of doing the work to remove some of those intuitive blockages, you are doing the work to sort of merge with spirit. That's kind of what the kiss talks about. In fact, I'll read it. Ooh, in the ocean? So you guys are exploring some emotional depths here. I'm going to read the kiss from the guidebook. But this talks about a merging, either of two people in like a love relationship, or like the kiss of like the crown chakra to spirit. Like it's just about a connection here. And I'm gonna read it for you as soon as I can find it. Is this 60? I'm still getting used to these Roman numerals, but I believe the L is 50. L could be symbolic for you. Just gonna point that out. Also, I was talking about my Aries downloads. You could be dealing with an Aries. Wanted to throw that out there as well. But let's see. Ooh, there it is. The mask. No, the kiss. The mask is this one. The kiss. So Before a first kiss, the air is electrified. Each breath, I'm going to refocus my camera so y'all can look at this. Each breath is alive with possibility and magic. What will their lips be like? Their tongue? Do they want me in return? The archetypal energy of the kiss is a heightened sensation of merging with other, of letting in what was moments ago separate. Two become one. It is risky but beautiful business. These moments forever change us as we move past the solitary self toward union and acceptance. This card suggests true intimacy is around the corner. Ooh. Which requires bravery and surrender. When the kiss takes a non-human form, which is how I was interpreting it for you guys. Oh my God, sorry. The lighting, I was trying to fix it. Anyway, when the kiss takes on a non-human form, it may be experienced as touching the sacred, hearing a whisper, or being graced by a divine being. You will recognize the presence of the kiss by cold chills and an awakening of the heart. And then we also have the ocean here and the creator also kind of popping out in reverse here. Now the ocean, I know, is all about diving to deep emotional depths. A lot of moon imagery here as well. But this moon to me looks eclipsed a little bit, sort of like the one in the desert. But there's like this dark sort of bubble here, deep underwater. And I feel like this is like going and diving to your dark places and like taking time to sit with them, so eventually you can like uneclipse this moon and like shine a light on them. Or I feel like, you know, dealing with your emotional wounds or needing to deal with them, like like you having emotional wounds has blocked your intuition. There we go. That's what I want to say. So if you've been experiencing issues with tapping into or trusting your intuition, I have a strong feeling, I can barely talk, that it has something to do with healing for you. This is 35. So let's look at the ocean. Okay. Sorry, guys. The power of the ocean is unmatched. Oh, wait. The ocean is the unconscious, the depths, and the incomprehensible. So, more about getting in touch with your intuition. So, the power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume, the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature. Yet amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our lives on land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. So this gives me a sense of like ego death a little bit too. When the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you've known before. The ego must dissolve. The saline swells work on your very cells, your fibers, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's froth, a new being. Life is change. Let the wave crash. I'm going to look at these little side messages too, really quickly. Here we go. The ocean displays every emotion without shame. To witness its glassy moonlit surface and its unforgiving storms is to know the full spectrum of the human experience. So yeah, nourishment, intuitive awakenings, deepening of intuition, and emerging with spirit, / perhaps maybe somebody coming back around to you. That will become clearer in the reading. But I saw this creator card here, and I cannot ignore a card once I have seen it. So the Creator card is kind of like what it sounds like. Like you have the power to create the life that you imagine for yourself. Artistic expression, creative endeavors, all of this stuff. But it's coming out in reverse, so it makes me feel like maybe you're feeling a sense of blockage from stepping into your creator power. Whether that's due to this connection and that causes for you, or other things that are going on in your life. But this is 22. Ooh, 22. So let's see what it says. The creator. The artist, the alchemist, the innovator. So the creator, the first archetype in the trio of existence, is not intimidated by darkness or by lack, which you may find in the depths of the ocean sometimes. They know that from the void, creation inevitably emerges. With meager, minimal, and outlandish materials, the creator reveals a new image. They make the empty room, which is another card in this deck, resonate with healing sounds. They generate bounty from the seed that others tossed away. Though generative, this archetype annihilates preconceived notions of what is possible, leaving unexpected openings in the wake of its destruction. The creator does this by first being absolutely present to what is, not imagining or wishing things were different, and second, trusting that a force greater than themselves awaits constant collaboration with each human soul. It's giving me co-create with the universe. Whether we call it nature, God, goddess, Shakti, or divinity, it remains nameless. It is the creator's lifelong companion. So this came out in the reverse. So it makes me feel like you are entering an era of stepping into this creator energy and like, you know, trusting things will work, not trying to control stuff, but you're not quite there yet. I feel like part of this nourishment phase for you, this desert in reverse, is so one, you can give yourself time to heal and, you know, check out your childhood wounds and all the other wounds that maybe you've been carrying around for a long time, so that you can clear out that pain that maybe was triggered by this connection and be able to merge fully and completely with spirit and step into this role of being the creator in your own life. But at times, or like at this time, I feel like this section of it can't really fully come into being until this section of healing is done. And please do not rush in terms of healing yourself, in terms of taking care of yourself. You know, journal, meditate, therapy. I highly suggest it if you're not doing so already. But yeah, a lot of powerful energy for you here, Taurus. Whatever this connection is, whatever it sparked within you, I feel like has sparked an awakening of sorts. And you're working on stepping into your creator energy. But first and foremost, it's important that you nourish yourself and heal. So that's what we had going on underneath the deck here. We're going to go ahead and pull some cards, or ideally one, but this deck, I should say, likes to be kind of talkative, so we may get more than one. But thanks, Spirit. Can we get another card for our Taurus viewer? Whatever they need for this situation to help clarify this reading for us and for them. Thank you, Spirit. I love circle decks in theory, but in practice, shuffling them is difficult. And I want to make it known that before the video started, I shuffled them like this. So I shuffle them normally, but that's clunky and hard to do on camera. So I'm going to do one more little zhuzh, I like to call it, and then let's see what comes out. Thank you, Spirit, for our Taurus collective. What do they need to know, or what is the energy surrounding this connection for our Taurus? Ooh! See how that one just flew out? We got the underworld. So this is giving, to me, kind of death energy, transformation. But I feel like, interestingly enough, that you're kind of going through the underworld right now. I don't know. Like, one, the image, I'm getting Six of Swords. Like, Chiron, the ferryman from Greek mythology. Like, that's what makes me think of that. So that makes me think that you are just kind of in a transition period right now, trying to move into calmer waters, perhaps from trying to come back up from this underworld. Makes me think of Persephone as well, that myth, Persephone and Hades. So I'm gonna find that in the book. This card does not come out super often, and I'm still kind of like perfecting my knowledge of this deck. I love it, and I have used it, and I have studied this book, but I'm just getting back into incorporating this one in my readings because I think it's just so amazing. But anyway, let's see here. The underworld. Almost there. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. XL. Oh goodness. Okay, here we go. XLVIII. I found it. Okay. The underworld. Refocus this again. This is no time to mince words. The archetypal territory of the underworld is fraught with nightmares, suffering, and pain. Oh no! It is the darkest shadow realm, which we try vigilantly to avoid or deny at any cost. Try as we might, the darkness pulls us into its depths through disturbing dream images, unexpected accidents, illness, war, conflict, and ultimately death. Not visiting the underworld or denying its existence altogether is what gives it dangerous power. Traversing it forces us to bow humbly to the greater forces that be, while summoning the inner strength we previously underestimated. That makes me think of that desert card too, and that hand that was kind of coming out of the sand. Take solace that the underworld subsumes everyone from time to time, making us deeper friends, more intimate partners, soldiers of light amid our shadowy times. Facing darkness and choosing light is the most profound calling of all. So in some ways that sort of echoes what we were seeing on the bottom. Like you were going through an era of healing yourself, perhaps after this relationship sort of drug you through it, the ringer a little bit, and you're focused on yourself, you're focused on healing yourself, so you can step into your creator energy in your own life. But I feel like you had to go through this, as the book says, as we all do from time to time, in order to develop the strength to overcome it or step out of it and into the light. So you may resonate with being a light worker, or wanting to be a light worker, or working on your path to being a light worker, all of these things. I am curious what is on the bottom of the deck for this as well. It's the Bardo. It also came out in reverse, but the Bardo talks about being in a liminal space, a space between life and death, which also is what the underworld represents in mythology. I want to look at what it looks like when it's in reverse or when it's dark like this. When dark, torment, dislocation, hallucination, and transience. So yeah, I feel like this situation, this love relationship, really kind of drug you through some dark times, but ultimately it was for leading to your ultimate growth. Again, so you can step into that creator power. Ooh, this just came out. The prayer. It's so interesting that you kind of have these two dichotomies. The prayer, which makes me think of heaven, for lack of a better word. Even this imagery is giving me, I don't know, I kind of see an angel there. So you kind of have heaven and hell here. So the prayer is calling out to spirit. The prayer is connecting. The kiss that we were talking about just a little bit ago. So maybe, I feel like, yeah, this connection gave you heaven and hell. Yet, it was all for your ultimate healing and growth. And again, so you can step into your power as the creator of your own life. Let me see. I want to read the prayer for you since that came out. Everything that comes out matters in a reading. The prayer, the worship, the reverence, the homage. Let's see. Oops, my crystal. Go back. Okay. What is prayer? When we are in a state of prayer, and when are we in a state of prayer, and when are we not? To whom or what do we pray? Archetypically, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent self-centered thinking that spins us toward illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego death, ocean, as we move from our little story to the big one. That's the second time that imagery has come up. Some say we are in a state of prayer anytime we are not the center of our own thoughts. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service. Whatever prayer is for you, this card reminds us of its importance. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it is time. Nothing else will do. So that's such interesting energy. So yeah, I feel like all of this was so you could get to a point of suffering, like suffering enough that you reach for something outside of yourself. And that is what triggers awakenings. So that's crazy, but beautiful energy. I've never experienced the archetypes deck quite like that. And we're already 20 minutes into this reading. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, friends, we're going to go ahead and move into the Animal Spirit Oracle deck. And I'm just going to use this as your energy check to check in on you and what you're going through right now. So let's check in on our Taurus, please, Spirit. We have this tarantula, all about claiming your life's purpose, needing to make a decision as well. Fire energy, could have been dealing with a fire sign. I was talking about that Aries energy earlier. We have the wolf here too. I see the fire ant underneath there, so I can't ignore it. Even more fire energy. But first, the wolf talks about, one, I feel like it talks about ritual. So I feel like you may be tapping in to your woo-woo side a little bit and starting to dabble in ritualistic woo-woo-ness. Excuse me, confirmation verb, I'm sorry. Lordy, okay. So tarot, spell work, oracle stuff, runes, I don't know, anything like that, any kind of woo-woo witchy stuff maybe you're getting into as a result of this stuff, as in this connection. But with the fire ant energy underneath here, you're still stewing about this a little bit. There's something about this connection that you haven't been able to let go, and whatever it is, it's agitated you. Wolves are pack animals as well, so you could have just really wanted to be a pack, for lack of better terms, with this person. But I feel like, you know, they didn't show up in the way you needed them to, and it sent you into this sort of dark night of the soul / awakening moment here. But claiming your life's purpose, that's a big thing about the tarantula, and making the choice to do so. So that's powerful. Let's see what else comes out. I'm going to shuffle you. Ooh, Zebra, more awakening energy with this, more fire energy too. This is, if you haven't been dealing with a fire sign or you don't have any significant fire placements, then this is kind of indicative of you embracing your individuality. And it's giving third eye awakening for me with this, with the triangle there in the third eye. Hyena too, I saw it, so I can't not talk about it. You could be somebody who masks with humor. All of this fire energy. I am floored a little bit. So I feel like, yeah, whatever this is has sparked major transformations in you. But you could be masking. You could maybe not be expressing how much the situation has bothered you or maybe is still bothering you. You could be somebody who's very funny and witty, somebody who masks with humor. Maybe people only really see one side of you, but there's this whole other side of you that people don't get to see, this dark side that maybe you've had to deal and contend with recently. Interesting. I'm gonna do one more cut. I'm gonna zhuzh them around. I'm gonna do one more cut for you guys, and we'll pull one. One more zhuzh for our Aries, or no, for our Taurus friends. You may be dealing with an Aries, some of you. Alright, one more zhuzh. Alright, let's cut it one more time. What else we got, Spirit? For our Taurus. Ooh, the elk and the dragonfly. Elk and the deer. Oh my goodness, and the otter. Okay, so elk and deer. Very much King and Queen of Pentacles. Somebody who's very kind and nurturing and sweet, enjoys taking care of others, feeling stable in themselves. And then we have the King of Pentacles, somebody who is also secure but in a more external way, somebody who enjoys caring for others, somebody who is dedicated, somebody who's a hard worker, somebody who plans for the long term. And I also see that you, with the otter here, you're kind of just focusing on your happiness right now, that nourishment energy that I was talking about before. And with the dragonfly, I feel like you're having new perspectives on things. The dragonfly card asks us to, you have probably, you're very smart. You have a sharp and analytical mind. It's giving Page of Swords energy, Knight of Swords energy to me. But whenever the dragonfly shows up, it always asks us to question the perception of our mind or the perception of our thoughts. Like, are we thinking clearly about things? So ask yourself that. Ask yourself, how are you choosing to look at the situation? Are you choosing to look at it from all of the horrible, terrible things that happened? Or are you looking at all of the beautiful, positive things that have happened as a result for your growth and your healing and your expansion and all of that beautiful stuff? All right, thank you, Spirit, for all of that. Can we go ahead and get one card for our Taurus for their energy right now in life and when it comes to this connection? Oh! You saw me zhuzh all that around, right? We have the dolphin on the bottom, so you could resonate with being a light worker or wanting to be a light worker, a healer, somebody who's happy, go lucky, somebody who other people enjoy being around. But hilarious. So the dragonfly, I'm gonna read it from the book. So we have all of that. I'm just gonna put it in the middle there. Okay, the dragonfly is air energy. I feel like more up than it is. Huh? She's somewhere in here. Oh Lord. Maybe it's further up than I thought. Huh? Higher up than I thought. Okay. So the dragonfly is the master of light, illusion, and the mind. So the dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, oh my goodness, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. Cool. So yeah, I think Spirit is saying that it's easy to look at a situation that has not gone well and immediately look to and glom onto all of the negative things that have taken place. But what has it taught you about yourself? What has it taught you about boundaries and relationships? What has it taught you about your own worth? What has it inspired you to take action on for yourself? These are all the things that I want you guys to think about when it comes to this connection, because clearly it has been a very big, transformative, at times rough, chaotic experience, but it's connecting you to your higher power and your purpose as a co-creator of your own life. So when you look at it that way, you know, have you really won or have you lost? To me, when I have gone through and am going through similar things, a similar journey with a person, yes, it's easy for me to hold on to resentment. In fact, I'm holding on to some right now a little bit. But when you pull back and you look at the bigger picture, you see all the ways that you've learned and grown and evolved for the better as a result of this. So yeah, I'll leave you guys with that. We're gonna move on finally to the next level of this reading. And for me, for this deck, this is just, I'm just gonna go through it. Whatever needs to come out for you guys is gonna come out, and we're gonna read the messages. It's gonna be nice and quick. Ideally. Watch you guys get like 30. Anyway, thank you, Spirit. Can we get some cards for our Taurus viewer? Whatever's going on for them, whatever is relevant for them. Remember, this is a general reading, so everything might not resonate with everybody. And if nothing comes out, then nothing comes out. We won't worry about it. Whoops, we got 1, 2. All right, here we go. You want to come out? No, okay. You guys got 3. Some signs get like 8 or 12, but this will be a little easier. So leadership. So you are stepping into a leadership role. Look at you go. And guiding your team towards success with confidence and clarity. Whether that's leadership at a job or leadership for yourself. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What is this card? Loyalty. Loyalty is a cornerstone of your relationship. You and your partner are committed to one another, creating a stable foundation. Interesting. I feel like they're, taking these messages out. I feel like sometimes they hit or miss, but I feel like this is still a theme for you. So I feel like maybe you still feel some sort of loyalty towards this person. And maybe that's something that's kind of keeping you holding on to this connection if it hasn't really been providing for you in the way that you want or need. What's this one? Coexistence. You have balanced independence and connection in your relationship with mutual respect and support, fostering growth together. So maybe some of you guys are in communication with this person. Maybe you guys are, building a bridge and making things work out. Maybe some of you have just sort of accepted that for where you guys both are right now, that just to kind of accept you guys accept both of you for where you're at, and you guys can kind of coexist in this sort of liminal bardo space, right? Even if you do still feel loyalty toward this person, and like you still want them in your life, you're kind of making peace with where things are right now and are able to coexist and yeah, coexist and not kind of compete or need to control anything except taking charge of your own life. Period. Okay, that was nice and easy. We're gonna go ahead and get into some love oracles for you. So same thing with the last oracle deck. We're just gonna run through this and see what comes out for you. So thank you, Spirit. Can we get some more insight into our Taurus's feelings as far as this relationship is concerned? Thank you, Spirit. I was like, one more for good measure. Okay, let's see what needs to come out. For our Taurus, please, Spirit. How are they feeling when it comes to this connection right now? Y'all like, I don't feel nothing. Y'all don't feel nothing? I'm shook. You guys gotta feel something. I ain't buying it. You guys just probably don't want to share it with me because you're afraid I'll judge you, but I will never judge you. Just want to let you know that. It's okay to still hold on to a version of a person that you know, wish could show up or would show up. But there's also power in accepting where you are and where they are. I'm gonna try again. Let's see. For our Taurus, please, how are they feeling? Oh! All right, well, okay, thank you. See, you can share with me. Ooh, so on the bottom we have lusting. I don't know how strict or whatever YouTube is, but I feel like you do, you know, you still crave this person in special ways, but and still clinging to them. That's what I was saying about the coexistence and the loyalty energy. Like, I think part of you is still holding on to this person, hoping they could show up in the way that you need them to. But in the same sense, I feel like the fantasies that you've had around this connection, like you're waking up from them. Like you're no longer lost in the fantasy of this connection. Like you see it for what it is. You're having clarity, but that doesn't kind of, just because you can see, it doesn't necessarily prevent you from feeling the pain. You know what I'm saying? Of still wanting this person. And it's totally natural to still feel this way and want this. But at the end of the day, you have to do something for you and take charge of your own life. And then if this person is meant to come back to you, you know, let them go. And if they heal and you heal and they step into their power and you step into your power, then maybe you guys can come back together and, you know, actually build something. We have memories here. Remembering, dwelling, bittersweet, but it came out in reverse here. So this gives me 6 of Cups in reverse, which is kind of being lost in your memories. Like, not just like daydreamy, reminiscy, oh, if only, but like kind of like underworld vibes, like stuck thinking about things that didn't work out, or things that you should have said, or things that you wish they would have said. Like it's just kind of being stuck in a kind of a mental spiral of things. And maybe that's why you're clinging to this person still, or still have a sense of loyalty to them, because I feel like there are good memories that you have with this person. And I feel like, you know, at times you may find yourself getting lost in them than just using them as a tool for reflection. Commitment. Ooh. I feel like this is somebody you saw a commitment with, that, you know, if they would have shown up in the way that you hoped, or in the way that they should have, then maybe this is somebody you could have committed to. Trapped, stuck, tied down, and captive. So this connection could have made you feel stuck, like you couldn't move forward, like you were trapped in this sort of web of lies came to me when I said that. So maybe this person was deceptive or not completely forthright with you. And then the last card we have here is curse. Oh my goodness. Hex, witchcraft, or negative mind. So I feel like, you know, with that memories in reverse energy, hold on, let me rearrange these. With this memories in reverse, this kind of like drowning in old memories, I feel like has one kind of made you feel trapped and made you feel like maybe this is a cycle that's repeated itself often in your life. Maybe you've found yourself clinging to emotionally unavailable people. And this is like a cycle that continues to happen. And it's happened again in this situation. But this situation, I feel, has triggered you a lot more than maybe what you've experienced in the past. So yeah, very interesting. We're gonna move to tarot now. Yay! 40 minutes later. But first we're gonna just look at your energy. I'm gonna use the Spacious Tarot. The download I was getting for you guys made me feel drawn to pick this deck because it's very open, like the field I saw you in. But first things first, we are going to look at your energy, Taurus. So let's look at our Taurus a little bit deeper. What energy are they in right now when it comes to this connection, spirit? Our Taurus viewer, their energies. Our Taurus viewer, please, spirit. Very specific card wants to come out for you all. Oop, and there it is. Came out crossing. So I feel like this is energy that you are grappling with currently. What is it? The Six of Pentacles. Grappling with equal give and take. Maybe this person hasn't shown up for you in the way that you've shown up for them, and that's made you feel some type of way. Like you've been overgiving to the situation with nothing in return. Again, for me, when cards come out crossing like this, it's energy. Okay, so typically in tarot circles, crossing cards is energy that can either help or hurt you. In my own reading practice, I've had this insight that crossing energy is actually energy that people are consciously trying to deal with. So I feel like, yeah, you've been really grappling with this the inconsistency of this person and how they weren't able to really meet you where you were in terms of giving to this connection. We have the Ace of Pentacles under here too. So, but I feel like this was an opportunity for you to plant this seed for yourself of a new opportunity to grow and evolve and change. As we've discussed, this heaven-hell dynamic. All, of course, to trigger your awakening, but I feel like, I don't know, I'm also getting like the shadow side of this a little bit, like maybe you feel like you've missed an opportunity with this person because they wouldn't meet you where you were or weren't willing to contribute to this connection in the same way. 4411 on the timer right there as I said that. All right, let's look at their person's energy a little bit. Let's look at their ooh, Six of Wands came out. So weirdly feeling seen and validated. Maybe you made them feel seen and validated in this connection, and they enjoyed that attention that you gave to them. It only sort of came out, so I'm gonna put that back in and see what comes out. Watch it be the Six of Wands again. All right, let's look at their person's energy, please, Spirit. The person our Taurus is connected to, what is their energy right now when it comes to this connection? Our Taurus person's energy. The person our Taurus is connected to. Oh my goodness, he doesn't, or they don't want to tell me nothing. Our Taurus person's, the person our Taurus is attached to, their energy, please, Spirit, when it comes to this connection. Woo. Five of Wands, conflict. So they're feeling conflicted about this. Need another one. It's on the bottom. What's going on with this lighting? I'm so sorry, my friends. I'm gonna try to adjust it real quick. Oh, goodness. Alright, that's not gonna work. Anyway, Five of Wands and Five of Pentacles underneath here. So, a lot of conflict. This person could have been argumentative. They could have been somebody. Oh no, wait, hold on. I'm thinking of Five of Swords. This person could have liked to argue with the Five of Wands here, but I feel like they were just sort of like, I see this white wand as the divine feminine and the black wand as the divine masculine. So I feel like you guys clashed a bunch about, you know, everything. But I'm so sorry, friends. I wish the lighting in this was better. I'm not sure what's going on. But they're also feeling left out in the cold and abandoned by you, in a sense. So I feel like you did walk away from this person. And they're kind of feeling the loss of you in that way. Could have also had some financial troubles that maybe you didn't know about, or they didn't share with you, or that were interfering in this connection as well. Hopefully you didn't give them money with the Six of Pentacles, but some of you might have, which I'm not judging at all. I never judge. All right. Thanks, Spirit. Let's get one more card for our Taurus person's energy. I just want to see, what else do we have for our Taurus? Our Taurus person's energy, please. Ace of Cups. So you're having a new emotional beginning for yourself, I feel, more than anything else. It's focusing on filling your own cup. Maybe you have some sort of new creative endeavor that you were excited about pursuing, and you're putting your energy into that. Underneath we have the Eight of Swords. In some ways I feel like you're still stuck in your head a little bit about this connection. I mean, that clinging energy a little bit is showing up here with this. So maybe stuck in your head a little bit about this new emotional beginning that you're having. But I want to encourage you to continue on that path, because that's exactly what you need to continue to grow and evolve and change. Let's get one more for your person's energy. Since we're here, one more for their person's energy, please, Spirit. One card for their person's energy. Another card for their person's energy, rather. Their person's energy, please, Spirit. The Tower. Oh, Lord. So they are going through a major shakeup right now. Foundations are falling away for them. They could have had some sort of huge realization recently about this connection. Their world is crumbling in a way. And, you know, their foundations are shaken. Lord, there's nothing I can do about this lighting, friends. Major shakeup. Foundation, world shaking. realization that changes everything. So I feel like maybe your person is waking up in some sort of way, but whatever's happening, it ain't easy and it ain't pretty for them. While you're over here focusing on filling your own cup. Beautiful. All right, thanks, Spirit. Woo. Okay. What's the connecting energy between these two, please, Spirit? The connecting energy between our Taurus viewer and their person. Energy between our Taurus person and their person. Connecting energy, please, Spirit. For our Taurus viewer and their person. Connecting energy, please. Ooh. Got 2 cards. You got the Six of Swords for one, which I know we talked about earlier. I was seeing it with one of the cards here with the Underworld. Six of Swords. So it's like you both are in this sort of transitionary phase right now. Both trying to move into calmer waters and trying to let your higher selves take the lead. There's like, you know, daybreak happening in the through the clouds here. So it's like a brighter day is coming, but like night is not quite over yet. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles here. So I feel like both of you see each other as somebody that you could have like a family with, someone that you could build a legacy with. Yeah, that's what the Ten of Pentacles is about. Strong, long-lasting relationship. Sturdy, something that grows over time. With this tree here. So yeah, I think you both see each other's almost as an end goal, I want to say, with the Ten of Pentacles here. So yeah, going through a transitionary phase, seeing each other as somebody you could build a lasting relationship with, have a family with, maybe build an empire together, that sort of vibe. Okay, so I feel like both of you kind of want to move this connection forward. But I feel like also, at the same time, you guys are also both focusing on building something for yourselves independently of each other. So if you do, when you do, if that's what you want, come back together, you can both do it from a place of strength and power and not from a place of pain or wounding. I need you to feel complete. No, you don't. No, you don't. So I want to see what's blocking this connection currently. What is currently blocking this connection, Spirit? For our Taurus viewer, what is currently blocking this connection? What is currently blocking this connection, please, Spirit? Woo! I feel like in some ways, you guys are both feeling stuck, or your person is feeling stuck, or they're trying to grapple with how to move things forward. But they're kind of feeling stuck in place, maybe feeling like, you know, their ship will never come in, that there's no, or you guys could both feel this way, that there's no point in trying to push things forward because things are just kind of in this liminal space, in this bardo of feeling stuck. I'm going to look at my tarot notes for the reversal of the Three of Wands, although I'm almost positive it is, as I've said, for the most part. I do want to make sure I give you guys all the information I can. That's why these readings end up so long. But I have fun with these, so it don't matter to me none. But anyway, Three of Wands in reverse, delays, lack of foresight, missed opportunities, feeling stuck. That's what I was saying, feeling stuck. Missed opportunities, I feel like I talked about that earlier as well with when that Ace of Pentacles came out for you. So yeah, I was blocking this connection. Somebody feels stuck. I feel like it's your person with all this conflict that's going on here. But like, you guys are kind of both grappling with this energy of feeling stuck, and you are channeling it productively and using the time to heal and reflect and grow and fill your own cup. This person is feeling stuck because things are going crazy in their life. They're just experiencing a major shakeup, and they're feeling stuck for these reasons. Nine of Pentacles on the bottom as well. Sorry, I don't mean to cover it, but as a blockage, this could be somebody not feeling secure enough, not feeling stable enough, not feeling proud enough of who they are and the journey they've been on so far. Like, this is somebody who doesn't know how to stand on their own or put in the work to make something to reap the rewards from later, if that makes sense. I'm curious what this tower is about, and I'm gonna clarify it because I'm nosy, and I'm sure some of you guys want to know too. Then we'll get some advice for you. I'll pull another card of advice from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and I'll leave your reading there. So can we please clarify this tower on our person side for our viewer? What is this tower about, Spirit? What is this shakeup about? What is this tower about? Six of Cups. They're missing you. They're thinking about you. Six of Cups could also be an apology. But there's a little bit of mirroring here too. Remember when I got that memories in reverse for you and I was saying this is giving Six of Cups? Look what your person has. The Six of Cups. And that's what's causing their tower moment. So they're stuck in missing you and missing your energy, missing the warmth you provide, the stability you offer. And that's what's causing them to sort of experience this big tower moment. So you are powerful, Taurus, and the more you focus on yourself, if you truly want this person, if it is a divine connection, the more you focus on yourself and the more you fill your own cup, the more magnetized this person becomes to you. Not that you should be doing it for those reasons, but it's just kind of the law of energetics when you're in, if this is a twin flame dynamic or a soul tie or karmic connection. You know, some of the connections that they're karmic, once they go, and they're meant to teach you something and you're able to move on. But if this is somebody who's kind of come in and out, you know, push-pull dynamic, and things never really fully seem to reach an ending point, then consider that they may be a soulmate meant to trigger you, like a high-level soulmate, or a twin flame. I have to say it. This is my life as also a twin flame, I believe. It's not an easy journey. Relationships are tough, but ultimately they're meant to teach you about yourself. So, you know, keep that in mind. Okay. What is coming next in this connection for our Taurus collective? What is coming next in this connection for our Taurus? Please and thank you, Spirit. What is going on? What's coming up next in this connection for our Taurus? Our Taurians. Tauruses? I know it's Taurians, but Tauruses sounds fun. What's coming next in this connection? Please, Spirit. Lord. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. Zhuzh them around a little. What is coming next in this connection, please, Spirit? What is coming next in this connection? Very specific card again wants to come out. Ooh! 9 of Wands. I feel like there's still healing to do in this connection. 9 of Wands is wounded warrior energy. Somebody who wants to keep going, but who has been through a lot. Somebody who's a little like looking over their shoulder, sort of waiting for the next attack to hit. Again, we have this white and black crossing energy, this divine feminine, divine masculine crossing energy. So I almost feel like you guys are going to be kind of at a stalemate for a minute, even if they miss you. 6 of Cups could also be an apology, but I don't see kind of any inklings of this person kind of taking action and offering you an apology right now. I haven't seen any inclinations of that. But yeah, I think you guys still have a lot of healing to continue to do. But also what's interesting to me is that this pole in the middle is black, divine masculine, yang energy, and there's a little flower, a little rose growing at the top. So I feel like your counterpart, and again, I'm not gendering anybody, take it how it resonates, masculine, feminine, what I'm talking about, energy dynamics, not sex or gender presentation. But this masculine polaritied individual is healing, is growing, is blossoming in their own way. But I think they need more time to heal before they can really take any action towards you. Oops. Well, we're meant to see what's on the bottom of that. All right, one card of advice for you, then I'm going to pull a card of advice from the wisdom of the oracle, and then I'll leave this reading here. All right, one card of advice please for our viewer, for our Taurus viewer. One card of advice please. Card of advice please for our Taurus. Woo. 3 of Cups is your advice. So this energy is all about being around good people, hanging out with friends, doing stuff that fills your cup, like with other people. Like, be around people who raise your vibrations, people who you feel like are part of your community, feel like, you know, people who help you feel like your cup runs over. So that's your advice. I was trying to fix the lighting again. But yeah, your advice is to hang out with the people who help uplift you. Don't spend your time dwelling on all of this nonsense. You know, your person has to heal in their own time, as do we all. But your advice, spend time with the people who lift you up. Have fun. You know, don't be so serious about everything. Yeah, have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your time with friends. Because the more you can raise your vibrations as well, you know, the more positive stuff you can manifest into your life, whether you want this person to come back or you want somebody like a high-level soulmate or somebody who can meet you where you're at in an easier way. Okay, my beautiful friends, if you've made it this far, I'm so grateful for you. I hope this reading resonated for you in some way, shape, or form. Hopefully, if you made it all this way, it did. If you did, you know, please like, please comment, please subscribe. I'm trying to build my soul tribe. I'm trying to call in my soul tribe. And if this reading resonated with you and you made it all the way through, then welcome. I love you, I appreciate you, and thank you so much. So we're going to end your reading with a piece of advice from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Again, I shuffled all of these a million times, but let's just see what comes out. Advice for our Taurus viewer, please, Spirit. One final piece of advice for them when it comes to this connection and their growth and whatever they need. Very specific card once again. I'm sure this is a very specific message as well. Shush it up a little more. Alright. Piece of advice, please, Spirit, for our Taurus viewer. My lord. What? Spirit ain't got no advice for you? I refuse to believe that. We're gonna try one more time. Spirit might be like, I said what I said with the tarot. Please, Spirit, one card of advice for our Taurus viewer. Final piece of advice, please. Thank you. Truth be told, it's funny that came out for somebody I did a personal reading for today. But truth be told is your advice. I'm going to read it from the book. Where's the book? Oh, 1 second. So this card is 14. 1 is Magician energy and 4 is the Emperor. And 1 plus 4 is 5. So 5s are all about conflict and change. 1 is about stepping into your power, manifesting the life that you want for yourself because you know you have all the tools you need at your disposal. And 4 is Emperor energy, knowing your boundaries, knowing what you will and you won't accept, taking charge and taking action, enforcing your boundaries. I don't know if I said that, but I'll say it again. So truth be told is number 14. So obviously this is going to have something to do with honesty, being honest with yourself, being honest with others. So here we go. The essential meanings here: honesty, acceptance, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, and clarity of communication. So the Oracle's message, which is just the general message that comes with this card, is there is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. Is their truth truer or yours? Spirit saying that don't matter. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and Spirit will answer with miracles. So you don't have to be perfect at something to take action towards it. So don't let yourself get stuck in that cycle either. But since this is a love message, this is a love reading, I'll read the relationship message here too. So this says, people will tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. 6 of Pentacles. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based on your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Wasn't I talking about that before? I know I was. How you choose to look at things, the perception of your mind, the perception of your thoughts. So, I'm going to read it again. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and then listen. That's powerful. I'm going to read the protection message for you too because I feel called. The protection message for this card is, where are you being dishonest with yourself or others? If you're unhappy in any area of your life, or you know what we're talking about here, look for signs of denial. The longest river in Egypt. But this can also pertain to others being misleading or withholding or acting from hidden agendas. Now is the time to say no to dishonesty in all forms. Ask for the truth. Even if you don't like what you hear, acknowledging it will be key to a beautiful new future where you no longer labor under the heavy burdens that deceit and denial impose on you. Set yourself free. Nothing less than the truth is required now. Okay, my beautiful friends. 1:11 on the timer. Anyway, I'm gonna end this reading here. I hope this helped you. I'm sending you so much love and light, and we will see you in the next one. All right, take care. Bye.